So, Steve, you're a hero. How does that feel to you?
It's very humbling. I never thought of myself as a hero until Dr. Greenebarr called me one. There's one right there, local hero on the wall. That's Michael Jordan, not him, but it's very humbling. I was very pleased to be here, and I guess what I was looking to get out of this was just sharing my experience. I've been blessed in more ways than I can count, and many doors were opened along the way. That, as Dr. Greenebarr says, it was God's work, really it was, and I I'm Catholic. I go to church every Sunday, and I typically don't think in those terms, but it really was. I used to say the universe solved that problem for me, but who's in charge of the universe, right? Go up a level. Oh yeah, it's God. So thank you for pointing that out, Dr. Greenebarr.
So in your journey, how did you, as you're sharing the information with the group, I'm sure there was some reflection going on during that. How did that, tell us a little bit about that?
It's actually, as I tell the story, and there's of course way more to it than what I can present in the short time given here. I'm always amazed that, it worked, because you have lots of people have ideas, right? We all have ideas. I always tell people that all the time. It's not the idea, and I encourage people, if you have an idea, share it with others, because the odds of them helping are way higher than them stealing it, right? Everybody's busy. No one's going to steal your idea and run with it. I'm sorry, but your idea is not that good, right? None of our ideas are, right? I even look at what I did. Like, I told a lot of people, I don't want to do benchmarking for universities. And I did have a fear in the beginning. Huron Consulting met with us early on. I thought, these guys could steal my idea. But what they said was, over breakfast at the Carolina Inn that they paid for, they said, we love the fact that you're doing this. We really don't want to burn our consulting budget on interviewing people and collecting data. We're thankful. Completely opposite. I went into that meeting really nervous, like, oh my gosh, these guys are going to squash me like a bug. They're going to ask what I'm doing, steal my idea, and run with it. Publicly traded. These guys have all sorts of money. It was the exact opposite. So I learned a lot from that. Like, okay, keep on putting it out there, and people are willing to help. And they have referred in a number of institutions you saw on the map.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Dr. Greenebarr asked you to be here and give you the hero title, I mean, how did that feel to you? What was your reaction?
Well, a little surprised at first, because again, no one's ever called me a hero before. But my reaction was yes. If anybody knows Dr. Greenebarr, she's pretty compelling, right?
Yeah, she is.
So, my default mode is yes. I have what my wife refers to as a reflexive yes. My default to that, because I just find it tends to work out. No, again, we know what the outcome of no is. Nothing.
Right.
Yes opens up the world to possibilities.
True.
And I have enough confidence in my ability that if I say yes to something, I said, doctor, I wasn't really sure what I was signing up for. Well, I looked at my calendar. Am I in town? Am I doing? No, I'm in town. I can do this. I'll block it. And then what did I just sign up for? But I trust her. And I'm really enjoying it.
Right. So since you've had a relationship with her through lunch, so how proud of you of her for putting this together?
Amazingly proud, because again, going into it, and I've planned events. We have an annual meeting now. It's at Carolina Inn for my company, and I get involved with the planning. I just know it's a lot of legwork, and I hadn't really appreciated the fact that until she just stood up here before and said she did it all herself. Like, wow, that's a really, really big lift, and just to preserving things and logistics and making sure. Doing the schedule and making sure everything is as it should and making the adjustments that she had to make, some of them beforehand, some on the fly. It's hard. The mental load's very high. That's why when she says, I'm tired physically, mentally, I get it. Because you're hosting, you're basically the host, and you want to make sure everything's happening the way it should. Right. So, hats off.
Definitely. Kudos to you.
Oh, sorry. Just talk to us. Oh, now I interview you. So, how did you feel when Dr. Greenebarr reached out and said, you're a hero, I want you to come to this event?
Honestly, I felt unqualified, to tell you the truth. But I feel like I had a pretty compelling story, and she basically said, just tell that story that you told me when we sat down in your conference room to the group, and you'll be okay. I'm like, well, I can do that. I've done that for years. But yeah, the hero thing was actually she didn't tell me the hero part until after I got the press release.
I
so to speak.
think it was the same as me.
Yeah.
I saw that, all
Yeah,
our
so it
heads
was
on
like,
the thing,
yeah,
local
see
heroes.
my head up there, and I'm like, hero. Okay.
I think I shared it with my family. Hey, guess what? I'm a local hero.
All right, I'm a
I didn't
hero
know
now.
until I got this.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
And I put it on Facebook, and they were like, "Yes, you are a hero." I'm like, okay, if you say so. But yeah, it was overwhelming. And I kind of had that high expectation, self-awareness, self-confidence thing creep up a little bit. But like you said, she's very compelling, and I can appreciate somebody who's trying to help people, succeed in business. I mean, that's actually been something that I've wanted, and again, it tied into a lot of what I'm feel like I'm being called to do, from speaking and just mentoring and putting on, helping with things like this, is helping other people, especially brown people who don't really get access to a lot of this information. Just helping along and doing my best. So I'm very honored, still very honored, and very pleased that she invited me, and glad to be here.
That's great. Are you coming tomorrow?
I'll be here tomorrow.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. So am I. We'll both be here.